If you wake up one day feeling that something is different, that small details don't quite fit, that memories are fuzzy, and that individuals close to you remember things you're convinced you've never experienced, you may be living in multiple universes at once without even realizing it. What are parallel realities? Could you possibly be in more than one universe? Is it possible for you to access these realities and change your own life? There are several accounts of people experiencing nightmares about their spouses while witnessing drastically different behaviors in them, thus this is not fiction. According to renowned physicists, we live in a multiverse, where an infinite number of universes coexist and, even more shockingly, your awareness may constantly switch between them. Have you ever had a déjà vu experience so strong that it seemed like you were reliving a memory from a different time or place, or dreamed about people in places you've never been but who seemed incredibly familiar? I want to talk about what I've learned about parallel universes today. We'll look at scientific theories, fascinating tales, and even techniques that show how malleable reality is. You will have a different outlook on the world after watching this film. Even if they appear to be the same, may this other person be attempting to warn you? I've had similar experiences lately, and they felt far too real to be strange dreams. Universe, you can learn why parallel reality isn't as common as you may believe. Since the beginning of time, philosophers and spiritualists have proposed that reality is multifaceted and flexible rather than fixed, but it wasn't until the development of quantum physics that this idea started to get scientific support. Every decision you make simultaneously creates an infinite number of other universes, according to the theory of parallel reality. One area of research that goes against what we believe to be true is the theory that every thought you have could be creating a new timeline, a new version of reality where another you is dealing with the consequences of a different spiritual decision. Major spiritual traditions have long contemplated the notion of other planes and dimensions that can be accessed through expanded consciousness meditation, lucid dreams, and altered states of perception. Many scientists believe that the concept of parallel universes is crucial since quantum phenomena clearly show that the cosmos is not as linear and fixed as we believe. Because subatomic quantum physics causes particles to behave very differently from what we observe in the macroscopic world, some of the theories that attempt to explain this are essential. They can be in two places at once, alter states depending on whether they are being watched, and even communicate instantly over distances that are beyond the realm of normal physics. In the 1950s, physicist Hugh Everett proposed the many worlds idea. This idea holds that every time a choice is made, the universe splits, creating a separate reality with a different alternative. When you have to decide whether to accept or reject a job offer, for instance, your universe splits. If you accept, you go down one route in life, and if you decline, you go down a completely different one. Despite the coexistence of these realms, we are only aware of. Another fascinating idea that is only evident in one of these forms is the phenomenon of quantum entanglement, which happens when two particles stay connected despite their distance from one another and rapidly alters the state of one particle, as if information travels faster than light. This suggests that other universes may be connected in ways we are now discovering and that time and space may not be as stable as we think. Furthermore, nonlinear temporal theory supports the notion that several experiments raise the idea that the past, present, and future could all exist at the same time. In addition to the potential existence of alternate realities, if this is the case, people could be able to perceive time differently in other realms. Is it possible that we are simply projecting our reality? Some scientists believe that what we see could be a simulation or projection of a deeper reality, a hypothesis known as the holographic universe. Scientists are unsure of the exact makeup of dark matter and dark energy, which together make up around 95% of the universe. This unseen part of the universe might have a layer of secret worlds interacting with ours. If parallel worlds exist, why don't we encounter these different realities in our daily lives? Maybe we already know the solution. This could help to clarify why some people report experiencing déjà vu or feeling as though they had transitioned between several realities. The brain acts as a receiver tuning into a particular frequency of existence, enabling reality and awareness to interact, much like a radio, can only pick up one station at a time. Research on altered states of consciousness indicates that our perception of reality is not fixed, and neuroscientists' results reveal that during deep meditation, the brain enters unique activity patterns like theta and. After becoming aware that they are dreaming and taking control of the dream, lucid dreamers claim to see people, objects, and even memories that don't appear to be a part of their present reality. Some specialists believe that these dreams could represent gates to other realms rather than just the most random creations of the mind. Spiritual traditions from a wide range of nations have long acknowledged the existence of multiple realities. Delta waves are linked to intuition, creativity, and mystic experiences. Ancient societies had already researched the concept of multiple worlds and developed methods for traveling to other planes of existence through prolonged states of awareness. The locus, for instance, are many planes of existence that one can reach by elevating their consciousness in Hinduism. Shamans from many indigenous cultures claim that spiritual journeys to other realms are frequently guided by rituals and altered states of consciousness. Ancient Egyptian priests used advanced techniques too. Hinduism holds that enlarged consciousness might lead to the locus, a special PLS of being. The ancient religious texts known as the Vedas describe various levels of existence, some of which are more dense and material and others of which are more subtle and spiritual. Meditation and astral travel were considered energy conduits within the pyramids that provided access to higher levels and connections with entities from other planes. Shamanism, a religion practiced by many indigenous tribes around the world, views shamans as travelers between worlds. By journeying to other dimensions and employing techniques like medicinal plants, rhythmic drumming, and particular ceremonies, they assert that they can communicate with spirits, ancestors, and even interdimensional entities. It's interesting to note that many of these statements are essentially the same, even if they claim to have encountered these things through yoga and transcendental meditation. According to this perspective, people can learn how to navigate the various levels of creation through in-depth study in spiritual development. Dream yoga, an ancient practice that teaches how to remain awake while you sleep in order to explore different realms, is practiced by Buddhist monks in Tibet. Jewish mysticism teaches that reality is divided into multiple sephirot, or spheres of existence, through the Kabbalah. The ancient Gnostics also discussed secret regions, arguing that materiality was an illusion and that true reality could only be accessed by individuals who awakened their inner consciousness. Both Christian folklore and biblical writings contain references to mystical experiences that can be understood as gates to other realities. However, windows into other realities enable practitioners to learn and expand their perspective. Given that so many religions discuss different realities and provide guidance on how to attain them, may we be losing out on ancient information that could change the way we see the world. Every night when they close their eyes and enter a deep sleep state, many spiritual individuals believe they are accessing worlds beyond their waking knowledge. Indicating that their consciousness had expanded to other planes, saints and prophets frequently reported seeing entities from other dimensions. Many people say they often dream about places that seem quite familiar but which they have never been to in real life. Some people dream about real-life events as if they glimpsed an alternate timeline before those events occurred. Does this mean that when we sleep, our consciousness disengages from this fixed realm and participates with other realities? Traditions and even mental health professionals believe that dreams are not just the RESU LT of the brain but can also be portals to other worlds. According to research from the Max Planck Institute in Germany, certain brain areas linked to consciousness become just as active during lucid dreams as they are while waking. This suggests that the possibility that the dream state could have more profound effects is now being acknowledged by existence research. For instance, neuroscientist Alan Hobson claims that dreams are not just mental garbage but rather enable the mind to investigate a variety of realities and possibilities. The idea that dreams could be portals to other planets is not new. In fact, pharaohs in ancient Egypt were told to read their dreams as messages from other worlds. In contrast, the Greeks saw dreams as journeys to the world of the gods, and they held dream incubation in Egyptian-style temples where people went to seek insights and answers. It becomes evident that dreams can be much more than we think if we can learn to comprehend them. The Mandela Effect is one of the most fascinating phenomena that many people think is proof of parallel world jumps. The notion originated when hundreds of people worldwide asserted that they could vividly recall that Nelson Mandela had previously passed away while confined. Having control over them might reveal important details about who we are and how reality works. Then imagine that one day you find that something you thought was true has changed, not because your memory has failed, but because reality has altered. Over time, several instances have emerged, such as the spelling of well-known businesses. People testify that the pen brand Bic used to have a period at the end of its characters, or that the cow fro loops were formerly Fruit Loops. However, in reality, he was set free, elected South Africa's president, and died only in 2013. This disparity so shocked many that the term Mandela Effect was created by academic Fiona Broome to describe situations when popular memory and recorded reality vary. The main concern for skeptics is whether the Mandela Effect is only a product of collective memory or if it symbolizes something far more profound. Many people can still remember these versions, even though they never existed in the present world. For example, some people insist that the Challenger space shuttle disaster had a different death toll or that Easter Island was originally located somewhere else. Can be explained by cognitive biases and misleading recollections. It's well known that the human brain reconstructs memories incorrectly, and phenomena like the misinformation effect can cause large populations to remember incorrect information. However, proponents of the hypothesis suggest that the Mandela Effect might suggest that people are inadvertently alternating between parallel universes. Every small change could be a holdover from a bygone era. Survived one before falling into another. Some spiritual academics believe that these developments could be the result of changes in collective consciousness. If human cognition affects reality, then the structure of time and space may be impacted if a large number of people concentrate on a single memory. Some contend that we might not be conscious of the ways in which scientific experiments, such as those carried out at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, are changing the world around us. The Mandela Effect raises questions about the veracity of human experiences and the nature of reality. What if we are unaware that we are hopping between universes all the time? What impact would this have on our decisions, our fate, and humanity's future? The Monroe Institute, one of the top institutions researching altered states of consciousness, has tested the astral projection phenomenon to gain additional insight. Collisions might be inadvertently changing our timeline by interfering with parallel dimensions. The most amazing thing is that some of these people returned with tangible proof, like detailed descriptions of far-off geographical locations. But what about worlds that are so dissimilar from our own? Some conscious projectors claim to have seen universes with strange dynamics, as well as seeing hovering structures and light people. Researchers created scenarios in which people claimed to leave their own bodies and arrive at previously uncharted areas by using audio techniques known as hemisync. During one of her projections, Jade Shaw, an expert in out-of-body experiences who worked with academics to study the brain activity of those who have them, said she was able to access a representation of London. The version appeared to be in a building from the alternate future, where various unidentified technologies were in use and people spoke a language she didn't understand. Furthermore, there are realms where time is nonlinear and universes where multiple incarnations of themselves seem to be leading distinct lives. In addition to spontaneous encounters, some people who have had near-death experiences also claim to have seen other realms. Rather than following a single theological framework, they often portray landscapes that appear to be fragments of other universes. Dr. Raymond Moody, a pioneer in NDE research, documented hundreds of testimony from people who remembered places after returning from clinical death. This is the most intriguing part. A few years later, some aspects of this parallel universe started to appear in the real world. These experiences most evidently imply that human consciousness may be able to move through multiple dimensions and parallel universes through altered states of awareness or life-or-death transitions. If parallel worlds exist, may certain places on Earth serve as actual entry points to these hidden dimensions? Throughout history, parallel universes have been mentioned by numerous cultures. The Bermuda Triangle, an area in the Atlantic Ocean famous for the mysterious disappearances of PLS and ships, many of which have never been found, is one of the most well-known examples of places on Earth where energy seems to be different places that some people believe may be gateways to other realities. The Bermuda Triangle is thought to be an energy vortex where the laws of physics are broken, allowing someone to accidentally enter a parallel reality. Another location is Mount Shasta in California. Indigenous belief holds that the sky gods can be accessed through mysterious gates located within the Peruvian ruins of Machu Picchu. This mountain has long been revered by Native Americans, who believe it holds dimension-shifting portals in hidden cities. There have been reports of out-of-body experiences, mysterious beings appearing on their own, and even people claiming to have been briefly transported to a different time and location while strolling through a forest. Some researchers believe that the design of the Inca temples may align with energy centers that encourage trance-like states. The Gate of Hayumara in Peru, for example, is a carved rock formation that resembles a massive doorway. According to local tradition, Inca priests used a golden disc to ignite a world of the gods. Those who meditate among the ruins have also reported seeing images of other realities or experiencing sudden changes in temporal consciousness. The pyramids of Giza are a mystery despite their amazing astronomical alignments and mathematical accuracy. Alternative ideas suggest that they were powerful energy conductors in addition to being tombs. Independent researchers' experiments have shown that electromagnetic fields intensify inside particular pyramid chambers, which may contribute to the development of awareness. Vertigo, altered perception of time, and even seeing images of mysterious animals are common complaints in Egypt. Access to other worlds. Another mysterious place is Sedona, Arizona, which is well known for its potent energy vortex. Many visitors report seeing light entities and perhaps experiencing a different reality than the outside world. Thousands of people come here to connect with parallel realms and have spiritual experiences. Other theories, however, suggest that these areas may be situated above locations in the Earth's magnetic grid where spacetime functions. If these gateways are true, communication between other worlds is not only possible but may have been employed by civilizations long before our own. However, is it possible to cultivate the capacity to consciously access these realities without relying on these locations? The answer is yes, as you will discover if you have read this far. It's likely that certain ancient societies were aware of these anomalies and purposefully built their temples and towns in these locations to facilitate communication with other dimensions, despite what is commonly believed. Before we continue, let me ask you this: do you want to master your relationship with the universe and consciously co-create your dreams? If so, I'd like to extend an invitation to you to participate in the 21-day Quantum Thinking Challenge, which will help you increase your vibration, rewire your brain, and release all of your potential energy. I've already received letters of encouragement from people who are witnessing amazing results. If you want to be the next one, click the link in the first pinned comment. Your current consciousness can access their knowledge, abilities, and experiences if you are currently living in parallel realities. However, how can this be done on purpose? Connecting with your own field of consciousness, which extends beyond this reality, is crucial, according to spiritual and even quantum theories. Learning to access ideas from your previous selves will help you become more clear about your true life goals. You can do this by paying attention to your dreams and altered states. Before you go to sleep, decide to learn from a version of yourself that has already figured out the answer to a question you have. Write down everything you remember as soon as you wake up because these instructions are often in symbolic form. When you are deeply meditating, picture a corridor with multiple doors that lead to other realities. At the entryway, picture a different version of yourself. What do I need to know at this moment, is a good question to write out on paper. Then, without being too detailed, write down the first thing that comes to mind. As you practice, you'll notice that many of the answers seem to have a deeper meaning, as if they were inspired by their real-life experiences. Think about how the decision they made affected their life. An intuition or perhaps a memory of an experience you have never had consciously before is often the solution. Visualization can be used to focus on a self-image that has already achieved balance, success, or any other desired result. You can use open-ended questions to envision that version's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors during quiet periods. Then, you can utilize those visualizations to activate your energy field. The more you match your energy with that identity, the easier it will be to bring that reality into your current experience. A previous iteration of myself already knew exactly what was to be done. You only need to wait till later today. It could be an unexpected answer, a discovery, or simply information that surprises you. Why not learn from one's innumerable self-incarnations? These techniques provide you with nuggets of knowledge that can simplify your life. If you're just getting started, it's important to understand that building a relationship with your belief is a crucial component. Raising questions creates an energetic barrier that prevents communication. Rather, try to listen as clearly and attentively as if you were listening to a whisper in the wind. This link gets stronger over time as fresh information becomes accessible. Instead of being the product of force or terror, parallel selves are the outcome of harmony and acquiescence. The more you try to force an answer, the more your conscious mind interferes and prevents the knowledge from flowing to you spontaneously. Now that you know how to get knowledge from your parallel selves, it will begin to make more sense to you. Please share your query or experience in the comments section if you have ever had an experience or insight that seemed to originate from a different version of yourself. Your story might be helpful to others who are also on this path of self-discovery. If this content resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In order to avoid missing any future films in which we delve deeper into the mysteries of awareness and reality, you should also enable notifications. See you later, Oranos.